Hi, peoples. I'm going to be with you in 1 second if you join. I just want to share something. Hi, I'm going to be with you 1 second. I'm just trying to share this with someone. I just had the most amazing meditation. Wow, as I said, the energies are super high. Well, that's an understatement, actually. Amazing. So today I didn't meditate this morning because I went off. I went off to do my shopping. So as I said to you, I made the videos now. The energies are so freaking amazing. We've had such high energies come in, like your frequency is just wow. You're in this bliss, you're in this flow. As we broke through this shift, whatever we went through a big shift, a big purge or big upgrade, basically. And that ended about I think about 3 days ago or something. And then it was just wow. And we've been all getting these messages, wonderful, wonderful. Anyway, so I was feeling so chuffed and such appreciation. You know, when you're just like, wow, you're just in appreciation and love and everything. So I sat down now and I thought, okay, before I get sleepy, let me, just sit in a meditation. I just wanted to be in presence and just thank you, thank Source. Let me tell you about my meditation. Wow, people. So I'm going to try and explain it. Liberation. I called the Great Liberation. It was so amazing. Wow, amazing, amazing, amazing. So what happened? So obviously this is going on, like I said to you, when this started, if you go back to my TikTok, you'll see a video when I said to you, when this energy started, I think it was in May, and I said, it feels like liberation. Like there's this energy, like a great, this was basically, it's almost like I said, a test individually as well, to see that we could, our level of consciousness, how much, what we could achieve, what we could overcome as far as, energies and consciousness and dense energy and all that nonsense and free will. And it was an experiment that we took part in. Many planets we haven't, people forget that they didn't work out too well. They also went through the same thing, and we had some, lots of wars and, destruction of planets and same thing. I just think it's a human thing. No. Anyway, never mind that. Let me tell you. Hi. Oh, it's such an awesome, I've got some good news for you. So liberation it is. We've achieved whatever. Oh, it was such an incredible meditation. So basically I sat in meditation, and then it was feeling that, how am I going to spend? I was flying. It was like, okay, you're free. You are limitless now. So you have achieved, whatever we achieved now, we were in this dimension. It's like we were freed from this dimension, from this game, from this space that we were in. So we were liberated, and it was like, oh my gosh, I flew. It was like now, like you were told, like, okay, you've done it, you're limitless now, you're free, you're liberated. And you rose up and I flew. It was like such a feeling of freedom, and you were flying over the planet, way above the planet. So you could almost see the energy field, whatever that was below you. We've now liberated ourselves, or we've now passed, or we've now ascended. We transcended whatever we needed to transcend to rise above all of it, to liberate ourselves. So awesome. Shit, it was incredible. And I was just this flying. It was such a beautiful feeling. And I was flying in such bliss and such happiness and so free above the planet. Hi. It was just, wow. It was incredible, man. So I was flying above the planet, and it was just amazing. And then, I'm trying to remember all of it. Wow. Other beings. Wow, there are beings here, people. Because a lot of beings took part in the seeding of humanity. A lot of them played a huge role in seeding the planet and putting life and plants here. Not everyone remembers, but we were those beings, from some from the Rhine Belt. We came and we seeded long time ago. We put life, plants, this, that, all kinds of stuff before humans. And then, the human. So otherwise we would be like Sasquatch. We wouldn't be much, we wouldn't have evolved to what we are now. So everyone knows, we genetically related. So we like the great grandparents of can't remember what they were. But I know that one of them did come from Vega. Anyway, many other civilizations actually, ETs played a role here. It's like as everyone knows, like a federation type thing. Anyway, hi. So what I did was, it was amazing. I flew up, and wow, and we were congratulated like for whatever. And I then, so you were flying above the planet, and they were all saying, "Well done, you know, we've done it." And you were, it was like a massive graduation in a way, but on a galactic level. Wow, and we respect it because for them as well, because we achieved this to pass this experiment, like we dropped in to play human from many planets, to overcome what we overcame. And they've tried, you know, they've been through their own version of it. We overcame all this nonsense, the energy, the this, the that, transcended all our shit to get up now, that we could rise. So whatever it was, anyway, just know that I did it. And I was like, wow. And then all of them and saying, well done and thank you. And it was like a big celebration. And then I shot up, then I was like right up. I went like straight up into space. And I ended up in front of beings, and I think it was Vega, if I remember right. Very ancient beings, very wise, very lovely beings. And it was like, and I don't know if I came from there. It was part of the thing to see. I'm not sure, but it was like some elders, and it was like, well done, and like a congratulations and thanks, and like, you know, really, it's like a pat on the back for what you did, you know. And then it was like a thank you to all of them. And this participation, I mean, it's gone on for a long time. All the beings, all the guides, all the, you know, your higher selves, the galactics, everybody that took part in this seeding of the planet, of life. It was amazing. What an incredible experience. And I was just thanking them all for everybody that played a part, you know, that in this whole thing. And just that, you know, we did it, just that now that you are absolutely liberated yourself, that you have absolutely, you're limitless now, that you've achieved that's, you know. And I was like, yay. What a freaking awesome feeling. Wow. And just the immensity. And you know, the funny thing is, you're back to being a source. You're just happy to be. So even if you had all this freedom, and you know, the earth is around you, there's earth, everything else, you just back to that pure presence of where you are, and you're just happy to be. So I just wanted to be. There we are. Just be who you be. That is who we are. A source. Just wow. So many galactics. Yeah, they've learned so much from it. And then, you know, we all benefit. The universe benefits from this whole thing. Everybody does, from the wisdom, from the lessons, from the consciousness, you know. So I just thought I'll share what an incredible meditation. Wow. I can't express the feeling of absolute bliss and liberation and achievement and satisfaction and pride in doing what we have done, and to have, you know, pulled this off, and how it benefits all of us, because everything is one. And there's another thing, being all with one again, because we are. Everything is the one, and the one is everything. So it's just thanking everything and being at one with everybody and everything again, that level of, you know, it was just so awesome. And then even blending in the crystal, like inside the crystal, and I mean, you can go through anything and everything, because now you're in that space where you are one with all, and all's one with you. So you can be inside a being, a rock, anything. Anything. Nothing solid. There's another thing. There's no solid. You're in that space where nothing is solid. Everything is, you know, wow. But the feeling of the flying, and the size and the expansiveness, and how much power and how big you were, that was an amazing feeling as well. You were enormous. You felt, as far as energy, you felt huge. Like, never mind a wingspan, and just to fly, just to see. So whatever we broke through, I don't know who, and it depends, I suppose, on the people, because you all got your own thing to overcome. Everyone's got their own, you know, and depending on them, how far they rise, I don't know, you know, who's going to achieve their liberation and when, I can't say. I'm just explaining what I went through. It's like, yay. So amazing. Yeah, just to thank them all again, you know. So many beings people don't remember took part in this, and helped in the planet, in the setting up, in the establishing of the planet, and the life and the plants and the everything, and overseeing us, and, you know, and our evolution and our energy on the everything, you know. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. And just to be recognized for what we did. We're very respected. People don't realize this is they say, this is a masterclass. This is not a Mickey Mouse game. Many planets we played in beings, and we didn't, we went through our own. This is not a Mickey Mouse thing. This is not your first rodeo. Anyway. What an awesome thing. So yeah, as I said, we've all got this thing. Like, there was a big thing. You just, all excitement, enthusiasm, as though like we've hit the jackpot, like something big, a payoff, like a big manifestation. Yes, I know. So you're thinking of, I expect, in the physical as well, now, whatever. So you think, okay, right, you've now achieved whatever, as far as consciousness, your level, your test, as far as the soul. Because we're all being tested, we're all individually having to go overcome our own shit. But so yeah, as a soul, everybody has got to see their own things and do their own inner work and realize what their problem is, and then let go and all this nonsense. We know that it's all individual as far as collective as well. So wow. Anyway, just so awesome. Wow. Just so proud of, just to be part of this. That we actually did it. I'm like, yes. And they're proud, acknowledge it. They very acknowledge, you got to pat yourselves on the back and be so proud of yourself too, as a being, as a, when you're playing this game, that you did it, and they have a lot of respect and thing for us. There's no, there's no, people who think, oh, they're better. No, there's not actually, you're actually equal. Just that you're in this game, you don't realize. And they see you as equal. Not many people want to come and play this earth game, they think it's the, yeah, it's very different. Anyway, there we are. So let's see what transpires now in the material side, or we think while we're in this, whatever, in this physical realm that we're playing. Let's see what materializes, now. But wow, what in the most incredible, fantastic, beautiful experience and unity there is. We've got so many eyes on us right now. So yeah. How's everybody out there? Let me know what you're up to. And what have you seen or felt or experienced or whatever lately? Always knew there was like, wow, man. So we did it. We're free. Wow. And it's an amazing feeling to realize you transcended this. Or you're now out. You've now broken free completely of the, if you want to call it the matrix, the whatever, the thing we were in. You've now completely transcended it. You've broken yourself free. You're free from it. It's like I was shown, and I made it, and I actually shared a video on my YouTube. I channeled this about a year ago, talking about being the eagle, rising above all the stuff. When this is being the eye in the storm, flying above it, rising above it, and like I said, like an eagle. I think I even shared a picture of an eagle on the thing. That's exactly what it was. So now you have learned to rise above all of this, no matter, Lord, and fly high. And you were flying above all of this nonsense. Oh no, it's so, yeah, the energy. But that's another thing. That's why I shared a video, actually interesting. We need less sleep. Like some beings, as you know, as you go further up in consciousness and frequency, they don't sleep. They don't need to eat or sleep. It's only because we were in such a low, slow, dense energy, and we were so like resistance. You're in a state of resistance because you're always thinking, when those thoughts weren't very good, and you weren't in a flow. So our resistance caused our exhaustion, our illness, all this nonsense, because we just did not stay in the flow. But the more you get in sync and in line now in the flow, you don't need the sleep. Literally. You'll see, you're just like, hello, You don't need the sleep. You don't need the food. We do it just because of a habit. But as you rise in frequency and you're in alignment, your energy is constantly being replenished and moving through you. If you're not, it's us that cuts it off, or resistance or block or anything. If we allow it to move, you don't need it. Like they don't. They don't sleep, they don't eat, they don't need to do it. Okay, yeah. You know, but it's nice. Yeah. So yeah, I noticed that actually. And I thought that was really strange because you need less sleep, you know. And you don't get tired. That's a strange thing. You know, you can wake up, like I can go to sleep 4 in the morning and wake up at like 8, 9. I'm like, wow, that was only like, and normally you're like, whoa, that did not, you know, and a while ago it did not go down well in the old way of being and energies, you know. Yeah. Because the energies are so freaking awesome. We don't need the sleep, as I said. We're in such a thing of an alignment and high energy and frequency and bliss, and that when it makes you feel so, you know, that there's no, your resistance is dropping. And the energies are good. So you're getting the energy that you don't require from food or from rest. As Abraham says, we only sleep because to stop the resistance. And then, you know, but if you've built up haven't got too much negative resistance, you don't need it. I suppose we would have in those days because we were so caught off. We needed to, you know, to shut the mind down, to slow down all that. Otherwise, we would have manifested much more not such good things and probably wouldn't have lasted as long either. Look at the old people. They didn't live to like 40 or something. Crazy. So it's us. Energy. Everything's energy. Huh? Anyway, that was just the most freaking awesome meditation. Wow. Wow. And they're so proud of us. It's like a galactic, a graduation, really. That this thing, that we actually did it, we actually transcended it, we actually rose up and, you know, wow, so awesome. So many of them there. And so many beings, we just don't remember setting up the planets. Some of us do, you know, many things. And the people and the energies and the whole thing, you know. They remember bits and pieces. Oh, anyway, doesn't matter. It's thoughts, your thoughts and what you say. You got to watch. It's a lesson you learn. Yeah. You don't need to. Your consciousness is everything, really. Really, it's all thoughts. It's all beliefs and consciousness. Everything is belief. You got to check your beliefs. It comes down to as simple as that. Beliefs. Whatever you believe, so choose. Literally, you choose everything. It's that simple. Everything is a choice. Whatever you want to believe in. What you eat is going to do that to me. If I don't do this, it's going to do that. That's other people's beliefs. Everything is belief. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, yeah, I've had my fair share. Wow, really. It's just, wow. Happiness is. So, yeah, it was such an amazing feeling, flying free and being free and getting that thing like, okay, you've now liberated, you've freed yourself from this, and you now know you're free. You're not bound by it at all. You're absolutely free. You're absolutely limitless, and you've passed the test or the whatever it is, earth game thing, you know, this density, whatever. Wow. Yeah. And just to connect with them again and just to acknowledge all the beings that played a part, which we were some of those. Before we decided to play human, we were some of those beings that actually came here and started life on the planet, like plants. And I mean, way back before humans, this planet was funky people. Very funky. It wasn't anything like it is now. It was so weird. I remember because I went back in a meditation. We landed on a spacecraft and we got out. And it was like, it wasn't safe to be here. Who knows what was on here, but there was huge things. And like everything was like a Giantsville. The ship was like teeny weeny, and you walked around and everything was like, way, you were like this little ant compared to the stuff on this planet. It was like, wow, this is really strange. And it wasn't safe. I remember we feeling we had to be very careful when we came and did a recce around here. When it was on the planet, life was a bit like, ooh, you know. I see many things. Yeah. Anyway. Many different, very interesting meditations, yeah. So you were aware. Anyway, all kinds of things, yeah. We just forgot. And the more you activate it, the more of your DNA you're mining, the more of your cellular structure, the more of your consciousness you're going, the more you will access, the more you remember, the more you can see. But your beliefs limit you, you see. Your beliefs is really what it is. Your beliefs are another thing which block you or limit you. Everything is purely up to your consciousness and beliefs. That's it. It's amazing. Freaking awesome. Oh, man. Hey. Yeah, you're so welcome. So anybody else got anything, seen anything? Anything's come through? Any downloads? Any of these things that say being liberated? So, yeah, I know. It's like, with these energies, you don't need to sleep. I mean, you are so high. I can feel my body, even in my cells, going zzzz. And I sat, another thing, and big energy came through. Because when you drop all resistance and thought, it's like you become that, like we did when we first started off, we anchored light into the planet. So it's like you're sitting there and this beam of energy is just coming through you. It's like light is just pouring in through your crown, through you. It's like you're sitting in a spotlight, like one massive stream of light. Energy is just coming in. So that's when you draw. Yeah, I did today. So I was sitting there again, and this non-resistance, pure open stream of energy was just pouring in me. It was like you were just a conduit for light, just coming through you. Amazing. Wow, very. So like zzz, and this does. So if you do that, you're allowing it in. Ooh, so I've just been recharged plenty. So let's see if I do any sleeping tonight. It'd be nice. I'm manifesting it actually, because I like, and we're so used to it as humans to sleep. It'll take us a while to get out of the sleeping, back. Because it becomes like we're used to it. It's such a habit. So I think we'll slowly get, yeah, it is. Because I suppose, what do you think you do with yourself? But a lot of you don't need to. Beings, obviously we know that. They don't sleep at all. They don't need to sleep. But it's as a human thing, it'll take a while. Because now you're sort of lying in bed, okay, what am I going to do now in the dark, What am I going to do all night, while... Yeah, it's interesting. But the energy is definitely, doesn't require it. Wow. Especially at the moment, my cells are zing. There's no ways it requires any, you feel like you could run a marathon, actually. Like, well, already, bunny, here we go. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be doing for many hours. Who knows? Hi. That's internal. That's your own internal. Then you've got internal struggle. So you need to sit and quieten your mind and just sit. Ask Source the night before. Give it 3 days at least. Ask and just wait. Don't expect. Don't keep asking. You eternally have conflict inside yourself. Everything's just a mirror. You've got internal conflict. So one thing you're feeling, another thing you're contradicting. Your energy is in contradiction, or your thoughts or beliefs. You've got one thing, but you've got a belief that's contradicting. That's why you're feeling pulled. Nothing to do with humanity. Everything's just a reflection. So it's like everything around you is just a reflection. You manifest to play, to teach, to learn, to show, So think of everything that you see, interact with every experience as a lesson, a key experience. It's a growth. It's a mirror. It's trying to show you something. That's all. It's nothing to do with human. You have nothing to do with them. Free will. You got to respect everybody's free will. Don't try and force your change or your opinion or your anything on anybody. You want your free will. You got to give that. Yeah, it's eternal struggle you've got there. That's all. Beliefs. Everyone's beliefs. Your design beliefs seem to probably clashing. That's it. You have no control, and you have got no right to try and control anybody else's ascension, path, choices, journey. Everything is a choice. And they're eternal. Whether it takes another 2 incarnations to get it or not, it doesn't matter. It's not yours. It's their choice. their soul is quite capable, or their higher self, of guiding them. You know? There we are. So they might go around again. They might choose to, you know? Who knows? What else are you going to do? You're eternal, trust me. You got nothing better to do. They don't realize it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We are eternal. I remember one of the things I asked was, oh my gosh, because I was like, you know, in the beginning stages, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is really not fun, you know, because you didn't realize you're actually in complete control and power. And I remember asking Source, so I was like, why do we do this? I'm going to come back, and I don't want to come back and incarnate again. So I asked why, you know, we have to do this, keep, you know, going around. And as Source says, like, you got up there, so it's a stupid question, you get a stupid answer. What else are you going to do? You're sitting up there, you're just consciousness. And there's nothing besides you. You are one, you're just you. And your awareness. And you're eternal. And things can get very lonely and bored, you know what I mean? So when there was just Source, it's just you. And nothing else. So this is why we do this, and we create, and we manifest, and we play. Because what you're going to do when you're energy and consciousness, there. So you manifest, you create. You just keep doing it. Many different forms. Oh, wow. I mean, it's incredible. Just look at what we've created. All that is. It's magnificent. Look at everything. Look at the diversity. Just look at this planet and look at the abundance and diversity, magnificence of creation just on this planet. It is mind-blowing. And then you head into the universe and you've got all these other planets and beings and versions of beings and things you can't even imagine. You couldn't even imagine, actually, because not when you can't remember what's out there. The diversity, mind-blowing, of different beings and bodies and life and animal, you know, stars, the beauty, just unbelievable. Mind-blowing. I love it. Freaking love it. Some of you remember some, or you tap into them because they're parallel lives. So you've tapped in, depending on where you are, tapped into other beings and other planets and other lives, which you think are your past lives, but there's no past. And as long as you keep thinking of past, present, and future, you keep breaking it up. You're also holding yourself at a certain level of consciousness. You see, there is nothing. Everything is here and now. Those beings that you are tapping into or that you're communicating with, it's just a lesson or just where you are, what you're thinking of, focusing on, what you want or need now, showing up. You have same frequencies, or there's a lesson in there, or whatever it is. That's all it is. Yeah. But it's, oh wow. Life out there is like, woo, interesting. Seriously interesting. Think about it. And think, what was it Bashar saying? There's like, at the moment, there's like 150 different ETs, species, out there watching, because they're learning from this expansion and graduation. They're learning a lot of valuable information. 150. You can't even begin to imagine what they look like. Someone else might have given you, unless you have seen it for yourself. And most of the things that most humans believe or have a vision of is what someone, alternative media, has shared pictures and told them and showed them. It does not come from themselves. Very few people will say, I saw this, and this is what they look like. You see? They're being influenced by somebody else's vision or pictures or stories or what, this is what it is. Tell me how many battles you have seen. And remember, what you believe will be validated. You see, your belief will be validated. That's why people, even when people near death things or death, is never the same. People experience and see different things because everything is according to your belief. You will experience it, Source validates it. So you actually create your own reality, even in the astral. People don't realize that. See? So if you believe things are going to look like that, that's what they will show you. And if you believe it looks like this, it's a ball, that's what you will get, you see? There we are. But if you have no expectations or beliefs and you're just open and you're not listening, and that's the best state, because you will see it how it is. You're not going through a filter or bias or your own perception. If you're just there and, hello, let's just go and see what's out there, let's just explore, with an open mind, not perceived ideas, that's when you will, to drop all the filters and beliefs you've taken on from other people to get closest to the actual facts of truth. Because a lot of it's been fed into the collective. People have their own, And then what people don't realize is also when they tap into it, they're tapping into the collective consciousness, not source. So you're picking up everybody else's belief. You're tapping in whatever frequency you are. That's what you're tapping into, actually. That knowledge at that frequency. It's very... You'll learn as you go. Freaking amazing, interesting, mind-blowing. Everything is frequencies and energy. Even thoughts, they're all in pockets like streams. So all thoughts and any are this frequency. So everybody on that frequency experiences obviously a lower consciousness, more denser things, and not, and it goes up and up and up. That's why when people wake up and they start off, when they say shadow work, you start off with the dark things you see, which is just your darkness. You denying and fighting is your shadows that you don't want, barely what it actually is. Anyway. The Buddhist scripts have documented all this stuff because they studied consciousness for thousands of years, and all they've done is meditate for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years, and have figured this all out. But the average person doesn't get access to it, because as you go up, you get a sign to someone, and as you go up in your level, if they think you get the information, you see, as you need it. It's not just out there, taught to everybody. No, I can't say that. I just go within. That's all. I've gone within. I was skeptical about a lot of things, and they just didn't resonate. And I was like, about going outside. And I dropped everybody's beliefs and stories. I dropped all beliefs that I took on from the external. I chose to, because most of us have. Everything we think and we know, we believe, has come from media or somebody or this or that. It's come from external, not from within. And then it really clouds you. So I did, my intent was to drop and to release all, and just ask, and just be, and just to see what, you just sit there and let whatever they want to show you, and there we are. Yeah, working on it's all work, it's self-work. When your beliefs dropping your beliefs, dropping your limitations, dropping this, dropping that, whatever. You slowly climb up the ladder, in other words. Get yourself out of that box that you got yourself in. Wow. And you don't realize how much of a box it was until you're out of it, and you think, wow. It's amazing to think that then you think, oh, well, everything's external. Oh, you realize nothing is. Even your health, your anything. You have no limitations of anything, of a physics over anything. Your consciousness is the only thing that limits you. That nothing's actually physical. So that even physical things that you call physical matter wouldn't bother you, as the higher beings know. You'll have control over matter, over anything. As Jesus tried to tell everybody, you have that much belief and faith. If you know who you are, you stand in that, and you say, move, the mountain will move. You could walk, and we used to walk through those mountains. Look at those rocks. They had, carvings on them. We used to walk through that. I know that. I'm seeing that. We used to walk through them. Anyway. Never mind. I think if you want to learn some of that information, follow Bashar. He's probably channeling the highest consciousness information to the public. Out of all the channelers and channels I've heard, he's channeling the highest knowledge, the highest level of consciousness of information to the public than any other channel is sharing. You'll remember some of it if you're here. But if you've been fed and you bought someone else's belief, then you think, oh, you're judging the person, you're judging and not the info. You listen to the information. Depending on where you are and your level of consciousness, it will resonate or won't. If you're too low in consciousness, you won't be able to resonate. You're in a different frequency to the information. You can only perceive the same what the frequency match you are. So this is what it is. Where you have to work your way up in frequency, in vibration and consciousness. That's why it's called an ascension journey or whatever. because that's what you do. You've got to go up and up and up and up. That's how it works, really. Anyway, lovely people. Yeah, what a journey and a half it has been. And it just keeps going. It's so freaking awesome. It's the most awesome experience ever. Now I can understand why we did it, you know. Wow. Because the expansion part, the part of the expansion, the raising out of it, is just so fantastically liberating and such a beautiful feeling to transcend it. So I can understand why we did it, to experience a transcending the not, you know. Yeah, it's a great achievement as a being, feels fantastic. Absolutely awesome. All right, lovely peoples. I shall share this. I was ranting off yesterday, and I'm going to try and get some sleep. I'm going to have some tea, actually. I think I'll even have a chocolate that I was supposed to, but what the hell not? Why not, hey? So at least it doesn't matter. And there's another thing. It's another belief, you see. It's all beliefs. Everything. And if you look at it now, I even realize that with food, people think, oh, you've got to eat that because that's the only thing you can eat because that's good. It's also a belief. Look at so many tribes and they eat, you know, far from a balanced diet. Look at other beings that just eat one thing. They'll eat like one bean. It's their staple diet and they're perfectly fine. Yeah. You see. As Bruce Lipton proved, belief over biology, your consciousness even controls your biology, your body, your health. What you believe is what you'll get. Amazing. Everything, as I said, if we all get, we'll get there. It is only energy and consciousness. That is all we have. Frequency, vibration, which obviously frequency, vibration affects it. That's it. You're welcome. Yes. It's amazing, I know. That's it. So simple. It's so simple. Your consciousness controls everything. So you can choose whatever you want to believe, and you can make it. It's amazing. It's programming that. So just do that 30-day thing and reprogram that mind and that belief and that whatever it is about your food, about anything. Because if people don't know any better, go look at so many different tribes. Healthy as fit as anything. No resistance. And they don't eat far from a balanced diet or any nutrients, vitamins, supplements, any of that nonsense. Absolutely nothing. And you're like, but how come they don't have this deficiency and that and this? You see, belief. We've got lots of media. A lot of people just scroll through TikTok and you see all the different beliefs. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Oh, don't eat that. That's good for you. Keto's not. Oh, keto is. Keto this one, that one, this diet, that thing, that. I mean, And then you realize you're limiting yourself again, you see. You're putting yourself back in a box again. Oh, I can't eat that because that's only good for you. You have to have vegan. No, you can't. Oh, they can. I mean, you see. All belief. That's it. All choice. What you choose is what you get. You know what I mean? Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely people. There we are. I just thought I'll share that with you because it is the most incredible, fantastic, beautiful meditation. Everything is just wonderful. And we got such, well, there's only up from now. There's only up and up and up. Beautiful. Love you guys. Have an awesome morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are.